6:12 p.m. Tuesday, November 9th, 2021, episode number 891 of UhhYeahDude. My name is Jonathan. This is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Hello, Jonathan. Jonathan, Preston,
Yes,
Larroquette.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. Seth, Joseph, Romatelli. Episode number
891.
91 on that road to 900, on that road to the Sweet 16. We started in February of 2006. It's now November of 2021. And thank you so much for joining us. I have from Psychology Today. I was reading Psychology Today.
Again.
And there was an article, How to Not Be Creepy. And this article was written about men. It's telling them.
This is things to do in order to not...
How to not be creepy.
Uh-huh.
How to come across with less cringe and creep to females. I think it was the idea. So it was talking a lot about initial impressions and first dates and meeting. The general consensus, I don't know if you have to read that article, you could be in trouble.
But hey, maybe less trouble than if you aren't even interested in reading that
Psychology
article.
what? I wasn't at the newsstand.
Get any...
The gist they said is don't be
creepy. How to be less creepy. First of all,
don't be creepy.
Stop being creepy.
They say don't be unpredictable. But I thought that, like, don't you want a maverick?
That spontaneity.
Yeah,
was
don't
like,
you want that?
I love his sense of humor and he's spontaneous.
God, he's just like unpredictable.
I think unpredictable
But
more
then,
means
yeah,
like
they were
sneaking up behind you,
Hey,
waiting for you. Like,
hey, I've been watching you. We're supposed to meet at 6:30. I spent about 15 minutes across the way watching you.
seeing you.
Hi.
Get ready.
It was you. Hi. But don't be unpredictable. They meant just don't do weird, unpredictable shit within the context of like, hey, we're just talking. You know, just don't get unpredictable.
Yeah.
So what would that mean?
I mean, that could mean so many things. I
Taking
definitely
your
know.
coffee, pouring half the coffee out and just putting the cup back down. That would be unpredictable. Don't do that. When you're on a coffee date, don't just stare her dead in the eye and pour half the coffee cup up and then put the cup back. I don't know, man. You got to read the article to know.
Well, you only gave me the headline.
It just said, don't be unpredictable. But like you said, you know, you want to have a certain, God, he's so unpredictable.
I would also say don't try to make yourself not seem psycho by joking about being psycho.
Like, what was that?
Don't try to convey
Trick
that you're
her.
not psycho by joking about being psycho. Does that make sense?
Give me an example.
Like, you know, I could invite you back over to my place. You know, I'd chop you up into a million pieces. Like, you know, exactly. American psycho
stop and
stuff.
stare. Like the others.
You know, just
pouring the
keep
coffee
going.
out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people like, you
like-
know, trying to like.
Get in my van. Nothing weird here. Really? This is something it can't be. I think
Can't be easy.
It can't be easy for these dudes, these creepers. But no, you can't. There's no article you can read in any periodical at the newsstand that can get that out of a dude. If he's going in creepy,
He's got it in him.
If he got it in him, he got it in him, and he got it in him.
I
Just
think
a
that's-
level of like they all got it in them.
Well, the
But
other thing is that
how long can
if
you
they've
hold
got
out?
it in you, don't give them lessons on how to hide that better.
Oh yeah, you don't want to help them, the perps.
Right.
Yeah, in their nefarious ways, but they got it in them. It's really just
How to mask your creepiness.
How long
How to
can you
mask
make
your
it?
creepiness. A
Yeah.
new article.
Like maybe she won't find out until you move in.
Till you. Yeah.
So she like opens the closet that like what?
Shit.
Man.
Too late now.
Oh, those? Well,
We got a data plan together. It's too late now.
Oh, yeah, we share that. Those are American Girl dolls. Yeah, there's a lot.
Crazy about them.
I'm crazy about the inclusivity that they've been bringing lately, and I want to support the company. See? This one, she has purple hair.
She's a punk.
She's a punk. And she's showing young girls, you can be anybody you want to be.
Be a punk.
And I want to support that company with 400 of them in this closet that you weren't supposed to go in. That has an old-timey
You
key.
promised me you wouldn't go in.
Has a gold old-timey key to get in.
I made you promise you'd never go in.
You weren't supposed to go in there. 25 things you don't know about me. This is from good old, what's that? Us? Us?
Yeah,
I never know what it's from. It's
who is
weekly.
this?
This is Zach Brown. You know Zach Brown from the Zach Brown Band?
So 25 things I don't know. One thing
One
is
you are.
Yeah, one thing I don't know about you is who you
Number
are.
6. And you are. That's Zach Brown of
From
the
the Zach Brown Band. Is that a country man?
You know I like my chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Pair of jeans that fit just right.
Yeah.
And the radio up. You like your chicken fried?
Yeah, I do.
Cold beer on a Friday night. Pair of those old jeans, Wranglers, and they fit just right.
What else don't we know about him?
Well, the country
Besides
singer.
his music or his name.
Music, him, what he sings, who he is.
What he looks like.
I'm going to hand you the picture. That's all part of this. The country singer and Georgia native. I didn't know that. That was number 8. Country singer 4. Georgia native 5. He spells it Z-A-C.
I knew.
Didn't know that.
I could guess that.
I thought it was Z-A-K.
Well, what about Brown? Is it N-E?
B-R-O-W-N-E? No E. That's 12. 75 things you'll never know about me. The country singer and Georgia native digs deep into his southern roots. The number 4 thing we don't know about him is I have a lot of tattoos. So I'm going to hand you the picture of him that is directly underneath where he says this. And then on the back, I've just printed a simple picture I found, Google image of him performing years ago. But I have a lot of tattoos. You don't know that about me. Take a look at the picture that is the picture in the magazine.
A lot of tattoos.
Well, there's 5 on his chest and neck from that scoop neck tee he's wearing. So I did know that because I'm meeting you
right now,
and I see 5.
First thing
5 things.
First thing I saw.
2 on the neck.
Didn't
2
know,
on the chest.
Didn't know who you were.
Yep.
Didn't know what you did.
I mean, how many are there? Can you see? 6?
6.
Big, large. What's this here? He's got his sleeves rolled up. He's playing an acoustic guitar. He is absolutely down to every finger, hand, muscle, forearm.
Something you don't know about me.
Something you don't know about me.
Unless you've seen me before.
Unless you have not seen me. Unless you are visually impaired. If you were, then you would not know. I have 75 tattoos.
Yeah, about my neck, chest, and head.
And arms, fingers, back of hand. You know, a lot of people don't know about me. I have some tattoos. Zach, I guess we wouldn't know that about you.
If you only ever knew Zach on the radio.
If I only knew
only
my
listened to
chicken
you, bro.
fried in my truck. Bro, I only listened to you
on
in
my way to
truck
work.
on the way to work.
I had no idea.
Oh, you have tattoos? I didn't know that.
I thought it was an E at the end.
I thought it was a Z-A-C-K. Chicken fried.
I thought it was Z-A-C-H.
I mean, I know you love your chicken fried.
That much I do know
That
about
much
you.
I do know. The man is absolutely covered in tattoos. Why was he saying that we don't know that about
This
him?
must have been a radio interview. This must have been an over-the-phone interview.
Oh, is this over the phone? No Zoom. This is strictly an over-the-phoner?
Well, I got a lot of tats.
Let me tell you something.
I should let you know now.
Right now, I'm wearing 2 different colored socks. Did you know that about me?
What else do we not know about him?
That's the only thing I could focus on. What are those kind of style of tattoos? Those kind of
Traditional?
traditional.
American traditional?
What would that? Is that like what's that kind of demon in the middle there?
I don't know.
He's a
Devil.
devil, but he's a kind of a cool.
A cool devil.
He's a cool devil.
I think that's what they call
You
him.
don't know me, but I worship a cool devil. It's number 13.
I pray to the cool
I
devil.
pray to the coolest devil. Do you know that about me?
USA Today snapshots. Now, this is the share of U.S. adults saying that they have a great deal or at least a fair amount of trust in the American people.
American people.
So I guess that just means American adults' faith in American people as a whole.
Okay.
Right?
Do they break it into not groups of people, just in general?
My trust of my fellow Americans.
Fellow Americans, women and men.
In 1974, 86% of U.S. adults had faith, at least a fair amount of trust.
Oh yeah.
In the American people.
You'd leave your kid with like your next door neighbor, like in this
For
1970s.
2 weeks.
Oh yeah, we're leaving.
We're going to Hawaii.
His name was John. James.
I left the door open.
He likes mac and cheese.
69% in 2010. So down from 86 to 69% from 76 to 2010.
Okay. Any change in the last decade?
From 2010 to 2021, it's dropped from 69% to 55%.
Okay, it's eroding.
Which is a all-time low.
Oh, wait till next year.
So from 86% in 76 to 55% in 2021.
Now, what is that? Is that good? Or is it bad, or doesn't mean anything?
It's got to be bad.
If you mean that, just in general, your trust in...
But do you think it's just not bad because it's like more realistic?
It could have just been that back then...
No, because I don't think bad things happened as much back then. So it was...
No, I think, back then it was like, oh, he teaches karate out of his basement?
He doesn't do anything wrong.
Oh, no, he teaches karate.
He's going to stay with you.
He has a magenta belt, he told me.
We're going to Hawaii.
We're going to Hawaii. You stay with him.
For a couple of weeks.
He's a master.
Yes.
He saw Enter the Dragon 2 times in a theater. He's a master.
Get down in the basement with him.
Get in the basement. Live with him.
We're going to see you in a couple of weeks.
So maybe it's just that inherently people were just more
naive,
caring, or were they more for their fellow woman and man? They had a more mutual respect and caring, and that's just flown out the window. I don't know.
More people are selfish now. Less
that
people are
it,
trustworthy. But you don't think that there's more
has to be
creepy people in the world now than there were then?
I think there are. I'm just thinking about.
Well, that's just because there are more people.
Like maybe the people couldn't.
Think the
there
percentage
couldn't be
of creeps
porch pirates in 1974 because there wasn't any Amazon, so it's Bezos.
But also, if we're talking about fundamental trust, like you're saying, like anything from leaving your child with a stranger to porch pirates,
maybe in 1974 a package could sit on your front porch for 3 hours.
Absolutely, could.
And you could be like, oh, it's been delivered.
But what is it about that?
Whereas it now,
but let me ask
when
you,
it's dropped, the person
about,
rises up out of the bushes.
But why now that there's cameras to film them doing it? Back then there was no cameras and it stayed there. So it's like
that could just
you would never, or maybe you didn't know that the packages were disappearing because there was no camera to see.
Yeah, there was no email to tell you it was being sent to you. So a lot of gifts were being sent through the mail, stolen, and no one knew, because by the time the letter arrived to tell you or to thank you, it was all over.
It was all
old news.
It seems to me it feels like it's less dangerous.
What?
Now.
Less dangerous?
Just period. It feels less dangerous.
Than 1974? No, because kids were out playing. Maybe in the 70s, because in the 70s they all got kidnapped.
Does it feel less dangerous than when you were a kid? Does it not feel less dangerous? Is it more dangerous?
It's more dangerous. You can't go outside and play now. Would you go outside and play now? You get snatched. Somebody would be like, hey, big dog.
Get in here, big dog.
Get over here, big dog. Come look at this. And you'd walk over. Look at what? Whack.
But that's been happening.
That's been happening.
Forever.
To the big dogs, though? Oh, I got this fucking great. I got some updated banking information from B of A, which is incredibly important. Letting me know about transfer times and limits. Letting its premier customers know that when I'm going in from my checking and or savings, if I'm going into my investment account, it's just letting me know now that cutoff time, it's 1:45 Pacific Standard. Good to know.
Yep.
When I'm always moving numbers.
Transfers.
I'm always
transferring
funds. So it's good that they let me know, hey, dog, 1:45 Monday
Cut
through
off.
Friday. It's also very good. It's let me know that my limit is. They shifted that around. It's the limit per day. It's $9,999,999.99. So just a hair under 10 million per transfer per day. So I was like, good info. Important information on this page.
This piece of
paper, I'll hold on to it. So it was 1:45 and a hair under 10 mil.
Put it on the fridge.
Put it on the, honey, update. Update.
Get out your day runner.
Get it out. Oh, God.
Write
honey,
this down.
You're going to die. But the transfer rate is just a hair under 10 mil, and it's now at 1:45 a day. When you're moving numbers, these people rub it in our fucking faces. They rub it in.
What was it What was it prior?
That's what I don't know. I think
time or money. I'd like to know what
it was 245 9 million.
Can we go in and find out?
It's like my fucking, paying my Screen Actors Guild dues. Got to pay my dues as a card-carrying union
what is it?
member.
Like $0 to $1 million?
Yeah, it's like if you've report if you've made over $599,000 this year from acting. I was like, I'm not in Red Notice.
Yeah.
With DJ.
If
I
made that, you would know. You wouldn't have to ask me. If I made that much money as acting, you wouldn't have to ask me. You would know. You could just write. You know
like,
me.
Oh, he's in that Netflix movie. It's only 30 people that work. Like, they should just have a whiteboard in the SAG office. There's only 47 actors' names. Everybody else made less. These 47 don't even send it.
Don't send it.
Don't send it. They're in it.
They already know
He's in it.
He's made the list.
He made it. He got health insurance.
Oh, that health insurance. I missed that.
Yeah, that's good insurance. They let you
Some of the best.
They let you see a doctor. Well, first of all, you don't pay any money. And then if you're like, there's something wrong with me, whatever that may be.
They fix it.
You go to a building and then an adult person says, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" And you tell them.
Or they tell you, and then you
might not even, they tell you. They're like, don't worry about it. I'll tell you what's wrong with you. And let's see if we can fix it.
For free.
And you're like, what? Well, what do I pay you? They're like, don't worry about it. You're an actor. You're an actor.
You're a son of an actor.
You're a son of an actor. You're
had
a
that
friend
shit.
of an actor.
I had that
You
shit
had that from your old man?
until I was 26, dog. They held on to it for me because they just kept saying that I had like mental problems.
He's really crazy.
So they held on to it for like,
oh man,
until I was 26.
He's off. He's a great kid.
Still not right though.
He's off.
He's just ain't right.
He's a great kid. He's off.
I think 26 was the final cutoff.
Really milked.
Where they're like, no mas.
Yeah, go away. And then give them all the money.
For nothing.
And then if nothing happens to you, it's really
no, I give them all the money
shit.
now and they don't cover anything anyway.
But like, it's, you could have a great year where like, you don't get like attacked by a grizzly bear. And then you're like, man, I gave them a lot of money this year and never got attacked by a grizzly bear.
Nothing.
But I guess if you get attacked by the grizzly bear, all that money, no, because it's still deductibles. It would still like be just under.
Well, the deductible is like...
It'd be like 6 Gs. They'd be like, we fixed the gash in your leg.
55.
It's $5,750. You will have a limp and a 17-inch scar. And you owe us $600. Is that cool? Okay. But my friend's dad is an actor? No. But I go to movies.
A lot.
No?
It's, it ain't right.
It ain't right.
It's the only place left in the world, I think, that
that like
charges for
charges
medical
you to help
for
you.
feet. It's like nobody
it
doesn't
help you. Every place else, they always seem to be helping everybody.
for free.
Free.
It's so crazy. Wireless customers across the U.S.
That's everybody.
except you.
Okay.
They can look forward to a big upgrade in their service this year, or this next year.
Coming up, 2022.
It's possibly some major headaches as millions of older phones are becoming obsolete. The wireless industry's transition to super fast, reliable 5G networks will be finalized over the next 12 months. To free up bandwidth for this switch, older 3G networks are being shut down.
What?
So the big catch for consumers, because as many as 10 million 3G cell phone users now are in circulation, will soon be useless. Cell phones currently in use.
10 million.
Now, for the 10 million or so who still rely on that 3G network, which debuted in 2002, your phones are about to become bricks.
2002. So I guess they gave you 20 years. That's a good run on 3G.
I mean, you still got a landline. It's like going on year
What's that
300 or something.
What's that, 2G?
1G.
1G.
It's the OG.
It's just G.
OG.
OG.
AT&T's 3G network goes dark in February. T-Mobile's is scheduled to go adios in stages by next summer. Verizon's will stick around through the end of 2022. However, it will grow unreliable. Moody. As we move closer to the shutoff date, customers still accessing the 3G network may experience a degradation or complete loss of service. And our service centers will only be able to offer extremely limited troubleshooting help on these older devices, Verizon warned in March.
9-1. It doesn't do 2 ones in a row. Oh, yeah. 3G doesn't do 2 ones in a row.
Is it possible?
Yes, I'm listening.
To like, could we start some type of like underground 3G network? Because that's going like dormant.
Because we have 10 million customers right there for us.
No, I
We
wasn't
can reach
thinking,
out to them and tell them,
more
don't
of
worry.
like a.
Don't worry, we got you.
Is it?
Trace G.
I don't understand how anything works.
Interesting. It's a crucial. It's a good place to start, though. It's a great place to start.
It's my first
and
issue.
when you whisper it, you know it's real. The problem is, I fucking don't understand. What?
But I like
much.
But I like my ideas.
Your ideas are good ideas.
Although they're not founded in any knowledge about how things work.
But they're real good ideas. Trace G, he calls it. You got a lot of people that
I just want to do some type of like pirate radio type vibe.
Yeah.
Like a weird sort of like
analog world. You want to
not even analog, just like abandoned digital.
Abandon it.
Abandoned digital.
Abandoned digital world.
Like I don't think the 3G antennas work with 5G. Maybe I'm wrong. But does that mean like all the 3G antennas are just up for grabs? Like can we use
we can
them?
take them for our podcast?
Put them on the roof of this house.
Get some I
wanted to start another internet. I was thinking about, and somebody tried to explain
real
to
internet.
me. No, just like the original one,
with the same tenets of the original,
and then stick
but back
to it.
to basics. Don't let it
but
get
I think
fucked up.
people were trying to explain to me how it's just the internet.
They're wrong. They're wrong.
There is no second
because
internet.
There's a 3G
second
lines
net.
all over this country calling out for the original second internet.
Second net.
Trace G second net.
By Jonathan Larrick.
It can be done. And that's when we're going to solve the shit, because we're going to come together.
And we're going to be able to speak freely.
No, don't speak freely. Anyone speaking freely needs to be like silenced. I'm going to speak freely. I'm a critical thinker and I'll speak freely. Stop. Stop. You're going to say wrong shit.
Promise you.
That's bad for everyone.
Definitely
I'm
wrong.
a critical thinker and I will speak freely.
Don't.
Shit, don't.
I just think there should be a janky free version of all of this that it's just like you don't have to fucking you don't gotta sign up, you don't gotta do anything. It's just shitty, but it gets the job done and it's fine, and you don't have to fucking be on it.
All of the Tim Berners-Lee, or what's his name, all his original. Is that the guy that started the internet?
Well, but the one that wrote all the tenets of it was John Barlow, who was Bob Weir's lyricist.
Yeah.
And he wrote
was the one that did the doctrine of this is what it's going to be,
which is awesome. And
critical thinking, free speech,
science is pseudoscience.
My body, my choice. Tim Berners-Lee.
Tim Berners-Lee was the guy that sent the first message. It was like one university to another, right? Or I don't even know.
I like your guy. This is bullshit. I want like all of the original democratic equality that it promised us.
It was such a bold.
It was a bold vision.
And
we need to get back to that bold vision.
Trace
G.
Second Net. By Jonathan Larroquette.
All right. I go out to the mailbox. One day, can you get 2 amazing pieces of mail?
I mean, you can.
I did. This one right here. The Church of Scientology Celebrity Center International invites you to our open house daily, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to our information displays. That's at 5930 Franklin
Sorry,
Ave.
So that's a daily open house from 9 to 10 p.m.?
9 to 10 p.m. There's a lot of time to snatch you up. That's 13 hours to get
snatching.
got. 13 hours to get got snatching. Well, where is she? She said she was going to get lunch up on Franklin and then maybe stop by the Celebrity Center, CNTRE. Oh, she got got. And they got 13 hours so they can really get you. I mean, there it is. I mean, that's
open house means like they give you like.
I mean, it's got
orange juice and shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, it seems so good. I thought it was like a personal invitation, but it looks like they're sending it to me at my address. But it looks like anybody can go. But it's still, something I haven't done since like the first month I was out here. It might be time to check back in. They almost had me 26 years ago. Maybe they can get me now. Maybe I'm just in the right headspace for them to get me now.
I mean, they got your name. They got your fucking address.
Oh, they've been trying to get me for...
Did you give them your change of address?
No, they don't need it. They know where I am.
Well, this wasn't forwarded.
Oh, no, it came right to me. Oh, they know where I am.
Because you're listed again?
They know where I am. Let's just say that. Mr. Cruz knows exactly where to find me. Always has, always will.
Mr. Thomas Cruz.
Mr. Thomas Cruz. Thomas Mapother, I believe, is his Christian name, his original name. Yeah, the good work on that. Change that shit. Mapother, I think it is. Cruz. Simple. Preston Cruz.
Porn simple.
That's what they used to tell him at MGM back in the 40s. You go porn simple.
Then you come back and talk to me.
And then come back and talk to me. Marion Morrison, John Wayne, get the fuck out of here. Archibald Leach, you mean Cary Grant? Get the fuck out of here.
Porn simple.
Go porn simple, and you make it, kid. And now I just got rocks. Now we've gone from
Singles.
names to just natural forms.
Forms and initials.
Forms and initials. Guess they call him DJ on set, I learned. Didn't know that. You'd know. You watch San Andreas.
I know because that's how I was introduced to him.
That's how you were introduced to him as DJ.
At the Ivy.
Oh, DJ? Jonathan DJ.
Jonathan invented Second Net.
He invented Trace G Second Net. Are you Young Rock? I'm DJ. What about this?
What's his name is Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Thus DJ.
DJ. Seth. Looks like that's from Playboy Magazine. Wait a minute. Playboy Magazine? We terminated
so you get
our magazine.
mail from the Church of Scientology and Playboy Magazine.
This is what's happening
This is like
now.
a time warp. You get mail, into a mailbox.
Who do you get it from?
And a mailing
I get it
address.
from
Church of Scientology.
Playboy Magazine. The greats. We terminated our magazine in March of 2020. Yeah. Like, that was a long time ago, dude.
Who was the last Playmate? The final playmate.
I don't know who was the last Playmate. I'll look that up.
Why don't you just? Why do you have to look it up? Just go into your closet and pull the goddamn magazine out.
Damn it!
And let me get a look-see.
Let me hold it. Tactile. We could think of no other publication that would be able to satisfy Playboy's valued customers, such as yourself, other than Penthouse magazine. How dare you? Use this code for 10% off of
Do they own Penthouse?
products. I don't think so. So now they're trying to get me to get Penthouse?
They're saying products.
Use this code for 10% off of all products on Playboy.com, Playboy magazine, but they're telling me here that I guess they're telling me you should get Penthouse?
You should upgrade to Penthouse.
You should upgrade.
It's about time.
You know what? We were defunct over a year and a half ago. It might
Maybe
be
it's
time for you to
time
upgrade to Penthouse.
You know,
Just a reminder. What do you think that's all about? Am I missing something? Well, I obviously am. I'm missing out on a lot the last year and a half.
oh, what does this say at the bottom here?
Oh, what?
Going forward,
I'm listening.
Penthouse will fulfill your remaining subscription. So are you still owed issues?
Oh, God, yeah. I would like a lifetime
so
play.
you're going to get like 4 penthouses and then it's going to be over.
Great. How's a letter carrier?
If you would like a refund instead, please email us at magazinesupport@playboy.com. Minimum purchase of $150.
So I got.
Active. Oh, no, that's the 10% off.
That's if I'm
thing.
going to get.
So
So I got free Penthouses coming to me.
I think if you don't do anything,
I'm not going to do a thing.
you're going to get
Let's go to podcast.
You're going to
What
get
if I just podcast?
Penthouse podcast. You're just going to get
Podcasting.
How many? Do you know how many issues you're owed?
Literally years of issues.
No.
Me and Hef were on a lifetime fucking
No,
mission
you were
together.
up to date until you weren't. It ended early, right? The last issue. It was
Yeah,
what
they
year?
Just March of 2020.
So
right
March.
being
So you're
there.
owed 10
least all of
issues of Penthouse.
Well, Playboy went down to they were going quarterly, so they're going to try to say,
give you
well, hey, we weren't doing it every
Giving you
month.
4
Giving
penthouses.
you two.
Two
We'll give 2.5.
penthouses.
One will be ripped in half.
But you are owed some penthouses.
I guess they're going to
I
be.
think
they're
unless
coming
you
here?
want your money back,
Listen,
would you prefer a penthouse or
listen. The
dollars?
money's already spent. It's in my mind. It's gone. I'm not trying to get.
Penthouse
anything
has got a little bit of a Playboyian vibe maybe going now.
Maybe that's
rebranding.
what they did. They
Is there
Interesting.
is there any ownership shared? There can't be, right?
No, I don't. We would know that, right? Definitely not. That would be information that we would be aware of. So you telling me that we got penthouses rolling through here pretty soon? Interesting. Do you think they put privacy covers on
So
those?
Bob Guccione started it.
What's that, in the 60s in the UK? Like 69 maybe?
65,
Wow.
more extreme, more erotic.
Oh, it's going to be, you think my magazines are going to be more erotic?
He died in 2010.
So are they going to have, you think they're just going to have wrapping on them, or are they going to come full throttle?
Penthouse owner tried to buy Playboy for $210 million 10 years ago.
Didn't happen. So what you're telling me is I'll be receiving Penthouse magazine. Is that too risque?
I think that's what I'm asking you.
I don't know. I'd only, in my entire life,
Friend Finder Networks.
I'd only been privy to a
Soon.
Playboy magazine.
So you don't even know
I don't
what
know
kind
how-
of content you're about to receive.
This could be sick content.
It's going to be extreme
You think it'd be erotic?
erotic.
How
Not
extreme?
extreme. It's going to be erotic.
Too erotic?
More extreme than what you're used to, what your Playboy mind is used to.
Am I going to be able to handle it?
I don't know.
Is the letter carrier going to be able to handle it?
I think it'll probably come
You think it's going to come
covered.
privacy wrapped?
I would think,
Okay. Could be a Field and Stream,
for all you know.
for all these people know. You just place that there, please. Thank you.
I just don't understand what this deal.
That's why I'm giving it
how
to you.
this deal
You're
got
reading
met.
fine print I haven't even seen.
Also, Playboy's Penthouse, not to be confused with the television show, that was called Playboy's Penthouse.
Oh, his TV show.
which is also
So Penthouse
weird.
did a lot of stealing. I have a question for you.
I'm listening.
Is your dildo gender inclusive?
I'm sorry. One more time. Is my
Your
dildo,
dildo.
gender inclusive?
Yes.
What would that
Well, John,
what would that require?
there's a company called MAUDE, M-A-U-D-E, Modern Intimacy for All.
So it's
Quality, simplicity, inclusivity, before, during, and after essentials.
so does that
This
mean
is
you
what
can
this company-
fuck it or fuck you with it? Is that
Sex toys are getting a
Shouldn't say it
redesign
like
for
that.
trans and non-binary customers. The gender of a toy is, for the most part, just packaging, much like gender itself.
so it's just branding we're talking about?
Well, I think this is a company, again, quality, simplicity, inclusivity. It's giving us essentials for before, during, and after sessions of intimacy. And it's saying, your dildo, where's it going? Going up here? Is it going in here? You don't have to, you don't got to fucking, this is from Mod. Where's it going? Up here, in here, over here, don't matter.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. But what are you
They're just letting us know that. Let's get away from, why is the packaging? The
I
gender
guess
of a
so.
toy?
It's the packaging you're talking. We're talking. I was thinking that they're gonna physically redesign the dildo to be like, you could like it can go over, in, up,
down.
like
Yeah.
like it's more of an orb.
Yeah, it's
Sex
more of
orb.
It's more of a
Does what you wanna-
inclusive orb.
Where do you want to do? What do you want to do with it tonight?
Is that a dildo? It's an inclusive orb
Thank you.
for all. Come over. We're having dinner. And then it's like a Roomba. You turn it on and you let
Just
it
let it
let
rip.
Go. You know, and no judgment
It'll
here.
get to everybody. Don't
This
worry
is
about it.
fucking
Just
like,
let it. It never gets stuck.
Then it gets tired.
It doesn't get tired. Doesn't get
All it
stuck.
does is please. Because in this house, in this home, in this hustler home,
Penthouse home.
I'm already
Now you're already, like,
making the leap.
yeah,
Barely
drugs.
legal. What am I getting?
That's how it starts.
That's how they, yeah. and
For all
it's the-
these years,
all this-
you were totally fine, and now
Yeah, with a PG rated, very simple, like
Penthouse
ooh,
is the
wow,
gateway.
Look at her breasts, and that was
Penthouse
all.
is the gateway.
And then they hear, and now it's look at me.
Now it's look at me.
Now it's look at me. I got a jugs
new
on my left hand, a
magazine.
barely legal on my right.
Gotta look at me.
I used to read articles from novelists.
Not
Look
anymore.
at me now.
Just a spank bank.
Oh my god. Wow, what's he doing over there?
How's
Crazy
your
man.
lady gonna feel about this hardcore pornography
I
coming
know.
to your mailbox?
It's like
It's no longer artistic erotica here.
it's not like a
You've-
nice.
you've-
Yeah, like look at these funny cartoons. That's nothing funny about
There's
that.
nothing funny about that. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Get it out of my house. Get out of my house. Get your fucking smut with you. This is a nightmare. This is like a. This is.
I think you should call for a refund.
I might get my money back. You're trying to sabotage my relationship? What the fuck? I tell you, man. Hefner went, and it's just been like
Downhills.
downhills.
Whole world
Hell in
went
a
down.
handbasket, man.
Whole world went downhills.
Fuck.
A study of more than 1,000 mothers estranged from their adult children. The study found that nearly 80% of them believed that an ex-husband or their son or daughter-in-law had turned their children against them. So,
You mean ex-husband, meaning their significant other, the mother's an ex-husband.
the mothers,
Like if there was a divorce,
the father
the father
had turned the child against the mother.
against. Oh, okay.
A divorce,
To the kids,
or
your
but then the son or daughter-in-law.
meaning like so. There, if she the spouse of the child, trying to like, oh, your mom.
Yes.
80%.
A majority of moms also believe that their child's mental health or addiction issues played a role.
In the estrangement. What did?
So it's everybody's fault except theirs.
They didn't do shit.
80% of mothers
9 months.
didn't do shit.
9 months.
carried that sack of
Carried
shit.
you. Okay, so it's stupid ex-husband, the
stupid
significant
spouse.
other of the child, or drugs,
And/or
drugs,
their
or
habits.
their mental health. Yeah.
Now, while this study only looked at mothers' views, the results, when combined with other research, suggest that moms and their children don't generally agree on the reasons for their rift. Quote, there's a real disconnect between what the mothers are saying and what their adult children are saying about why they aren't talking, said the lead author, Sarah Shope Sullivan, lead author of the study and professor of psychology at Ohio State University. Quote, it has real implications for what clinicians and others need to consider when they are trying to heal these relationships. The study was published online early in the journal Couple and Family Psychology, Research and Practice. Shope Sullivan conducted the study with Joshua Coleman, a psychologist who is on the board of directors of the Council of Contemporary Families. Now, he's also the author of a book called Rules of Estrangement, Why Adult Children Cut Ties and How to Heal the Conflict. Now, data from the study came from the Understanding Parental Estrangement survey conducted by the University of Wisconsin Survey Center in 2019. Shout out, Wisconsin. Parents were recruited from an email discussion list of people who were experiencing and interested in discussing parental estrangement. This study focused on 1,035 mothers who agreed to complete an online survey. The study showed 52% of them were estranged from a daughter and 45% were estranged from a son. More than half of the moms, 56.8%, had gone more than a year without contact with their children. Most of the moms surveyed were divorced, and 30... What?
That is that just the because that what's does that does that have anything to?
Well, I think that's one of
Maybe
the,
that
that's what
leads-
they're trying to determine.
Okay, There's
But
more-
it doesn't seem that
Is there
36 is everything else is much higher.
Okay.
52% were estranged from a daughter, 45% from a son, 56.8% had gone more than a year,
Okay,
but 36%
There's not-
were divorced. I don't think that percentage-wise is any more.
means anything. Okay,
I don't think.
more than like if the couple was still together, there's still a.
I mean, I don't. I mean, 36% doesn't seem. I mean, it's less than half.
Okay.
Does that mean that 50, 69? How many percent is
Number higher.
the higher numbers?
Yeah.
Still with the parents.
I don't know.
Still married. Anyway.
Well, because then you would have the way the way these moms are looking at it is that you got this extra in the divorce.
Listen,
you got an
here-
extra. Okay.
Most of the moms surveyed were divorced, and 36% were currently married to or in a marriage-like relationship
Okay.
with the estranged child's other biological parent. So I misspoke. 36% are still with them, so that means the higher number is divorced. So that does probably
It would make
play
sense because
a
you
factor.
have a person like, at least they think, in the
Well,
ear
especially
of the,
like you said,
oh, your fucking
80% believe that the ex-husband
That's what I
is
mean.
like, you know what your mother fucking said about you? You think she
Oh
loves you
my
so much? Well, what
God.
about this? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Let me tell you about your mother.
yeah.
What? Oh, you know what? I'd like to tell you
Yeah,
something.
she is really great. You know what's so great
You know what
about
else is
her?
great? Let me tell you what she did in 1988.
So there's that.
It was July 9th, 1988. Sit down.
Now, so
Okay.
most of the moms surveyed were divorced, 36% currently married or in a marriage-like relationship
Okay, let's-
with the estranged child's biological parent.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, but it's. I don't want to
36% basically were still with the baby daddy.
try not to make this more confusing for me.
36% were still with the baby daddy.
Okay.
The most common reasons moms cited for the estrangement, noted as 79.1%, was that family members turned their children against them. Most often, mothers blamed the child's biological father or the child's spouse or partner. That bitch wife.
She's trying to take. Yeah.
The finding is consistent with other research.
What do you mean you're not coming over for Thanksgiving? Well,
Nearly two.
listen, she.
This is so long. Please let me get through this. I'm not just just hitting the halfway
crazy.
mark.
Sorry. It's so great.
Nearly 2/3 of moms, 62.4%, said that their children's mental health, including anxiety, depression, addiction, alcoholism, played a role. This had not been found in previous research. The fact that we used an anonymous survey may have had the mothers feeling more comfortable attributing the estrangement to their child's mental health, she said. Disagreements about values were mentioned by just over a third of the mothers, 35.7. So that means like church and shit?
Trump.
So it's like it's every fault but their own. They'll blame, I'm not saying...
There you go. They'll blame. Well, yeah, I mean, this addiction, it came in the womb. Like, these mental things, I lived inside of you.
But it's not just, it's also, I will say this, and I don't know if it's in their defense or what, but they also aren't just blaming the child directly either. So they refuse to take responsibility or blame, but they the moms are also unwilling to say, because my daughter is a fucking bitch. They blame another person or a mental pre-existing issue. They don't just blame the person or themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They either blame the ex-husband.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying it makes sense, but I'm saying that it's not just an abject denial of their responsibility.
Whoa.
It's an unwillingness to admit that their child would also willingly, freely estrange themselves, not strictly based off of just like a disagreement. It has to have some other contributing factor. And that's not saying that it isn't, but it's very interesting. Okay. It's like, not only is it not my fault, it's also not their fault. It's nobody's fault that's directly involved. It has to be something else. It's that bitch wife.
It's her fault.
Disagreements about values, Trump, were mentioned, 35.7% as a cause for the rift. Surprisingly, very few mentioned fundamental issues like the child's sexuality, sexual orientation, or religious issues. So just Trump. More common were other value issues, which could include topics like politics and parenting. Quote, other research shows that adult children are much more likely to explain their explain their estrangements as stemming from emotional abuse, conflicting expectations about roles and personality clashes, to name a few. While only 18% of mothers said that they were at fault for the estrangement.
Awesome.
It may be that few children would take any blame either.
Well, maybe they're not at fault.
Regardless of who is to blame, the biggest issue in trying to help families reconcile this. Like, I only want to know who to point the finger at.
Yeah, whose fault is this?
Regardless of who is to blame, the biggest issue in trying to help families reconcile may be navigating the differing perspectives on what went wrong in the relationship. Some of those differing perspectives may have arisen because of broader societal changes. Quote, for example, there are generational differences in what parents and children view as appropriate parenting behavior. Perspectives on what is considered abusive, harmful, neglectful, or traumatizing behavior have shifted over the past 3 decades.
Oh, yeah.
What was once seen as normal behavior may be viewed as abusive or neglectful today, Shop Sullivan said. Each generation sees things differently now, and we have to help them bridge that gap if they want to repair that relationship. Estrangement may be especially difficult for mothers because even the views on the nature of child-parent relationships have changed. Quote, many of these mothers were of a generation that thought family relationships were non-voluntary and permanent.
Oh, people don't think that way now.
Younger people may feel that if you're harming my well-being, I don't have to be in a relationship with you, even if you are my mother, even if you are my toxic mother.
My therapist said you're toxic. By therapist, I mean my wife, Cheryl, who hates you. We're actually going to her parents for Thanksgiving.
Love you.
Love you.
Hate you.
Hate you. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Trump.
Dad hates you, Trump. Click. It's tough. You got to blame somebody. Whose fault is it? Maybe
everybody's but mine.
Well, listen. These kids say they don't have respect for their moms. What their moms did, the sacrifice. Do these kids think about that? They only think about themselves. What about all the sacrifices the moms?
I didn't ask you to make no sacrifice. I didn't ask you to do this.
No.
You did the shit to yourself.
She had to.
Had to what?
She had to work 2 jobs. His fucking deadbeat husband left.
Listen, I wasn't asked to be had.
Oh, no, you can't pull that bullshit. I wasn't asked to be brought here. It's on you.
You wanted a kid.
I wasn't
You
asked
wanted
to-
to be amazing.
I was brought into
You wanted
this
to be a
sport world.
super mom. You wanted all
It
this
wasn't
shit.
about that. It wasn't about that for her. It was about just providing the basic necessities.
And getting
because-
all the accolades for it. And being
Well,
worshipped
Mother's
by
Day is only one day a year. It should be every day. Who's to blame, though?
that fucking
Oh,
bitch
Cheryl.
wife, ex-husband.
Cheryl, ex-husband.
Your
They do a
fucking
lot-
dad sucks. Your
Well, the
bitch.
dads don't do shit, and they talk a lot of shit for not doing much.
Definitely.
You know?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you about your mom. What the fuck do you have to say? You went out for smokes, dog. Yeah, but listen.
But why I went out
Why
for
did I
smokes?
go out for smokes? Nag, 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 nag. Right?
Now you know what
I mean?
it's like.
You know what it's like, right? You know? Late, Trump.
Trump. It's like,
It's tough.
I just think it's interesting.
We got to put everybody in a room. We got to hash it out.
I think the idea that it's not an easy transition,
What?
a parent-child relationship
Oh,
into a
God.
parent-adult relationship.
Totally.
And that there's nothing built into the fundamentals of that relationship. The foundation on which that relationship is built upon has very little to do with what it is, the part of it that involves the other half of your life. The
Okay.
part where you're not,
Or more than-
or
yeah,
more,
the-
way more.
way
The other
more.
90% of your
Yeah,
life
just
that doesn't involve
get me to my
raising
license.
you
Yeah.
and like providing for you. The I think the fundamental, the core, the DNA that's wired in to protect that child and do all that stuff. I mean, I think it's hard to adjust and and break some of those bonds. So, I mean, it's understandable that it's a difficult relationship to sustain in adulthood, or once it's maybe gone beyond its use.
Oh, yeah. Once you've got everything out of her, bitch. Carried you, breastfed you, provided for you. Hey, Mom, I just got my license.
I don't need
Fuck
you.
off. I don't need you. I'm going to go live with Dad.
You have no use to me.
You're of no use to me. Dad provides now.
I don't mean that. The necessity
the necessity just of life and death of life.
of just, I'm your fucking parent and you're a dumb fucking child, and I need to keep you
keep
alive
you-
and
yeah, I
protect you until you can do so on your own. But obviously, it's just not
It's hard.
the easiest thing to navigate through, because, I mean, children, everybody has to adjust in a healthy way, and a lot of people don't want to let go of that other stuff, and a lot of people don't know how to change. They don't want to change. And then also, yeah, I mean, other people come into your life and change you, and so then you stop. You stop resonating as the person that you once were. So it's just I think it takes
work on both parts.
I think it takes work. I think it takes probably a willingness to,
You got to bend, not break.
yeah. I mean, your ego has to get
You
checked.
got to check the ego at the door. That's the key.
No Nut November has a full moon.
No, not November has a full moon.
It's called the Beaver Moon. So full moon in November is called the Beaver Moon.
But it's happening during No Nut November. So that's
Very confusing.
that's an eclipse. That's gonna be
It will rise on Friday, November 19th. It's joined by partial lunar eclipse.
see? That's what happens when you combine
No Nut November. Beavers.
When you combine
Beaver Moons.
the
Full beaver.
the moons and the stars in the universe, but then you combine it with a stupid new internet tradition, that's when worlds
I would just say
collide.
this about. Let me double back about the parents thing.
Okay.
It's much easier if the two people just fucking love and adore each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But that isn't necessarily always
not the
like
case, and yeah.
like there is love, but there isn't maybe
Is a
we're
lot.
not crazy about each other.
One, you
or
know,
like
they-
you know,
one could have hurt the other in various ways over time. You know,
I would just say that it's
it requires yes, but there is that idea. You think you said that like there's a concept of family, and maybe there is an idea now that like I think maybe where people are like that tried and true steadfast, well, we're family, might not like, well, that's just
because I think a lot of people abused that
Yeah,
right
or
and that privilege for
just-
so long
Yeah.
that there is a lack of like that doesn't
yeah,
that
maybe
doesn't
people now are a little bit more like that's
not a good enough reason.
yeah, like I don't want to be around that for whatever in whatever way that is.
Yeah.
It's it's a
That
lot.
there isn't that I don't owe you anything.
I don't owe you anything. Although I owe you everything.
you
I owe
everything.
you my life.
I owe you the whole
I
goddamn.
love you, Mom. I owe you the moon and the stars, the Beaver Moon and the stars.
So,
Yes.
full moon will reach its
A full
peak.
moon. It happened before we got here. It's going to happen after we're gone. And isn't that a beautiful thing?
It will reach its peak illumination early in the morning around 4 a.m.
Okay.
But it can be seen at almost full shine the night
So
before.
does that mean what night is it? When do I look? When do I see it?
I don't know, the 18th or the 19th. According to the Farmer's Almanac, make sure to look up after sunset on the 18th. While every full moon is unique, this month comes with an extra treat. November's Beaver Moon will be joined by a partial lunar eclipse. 98% of the moon will be covered by Earth's shadow at the height of the eclipse.
That sounds sexy.
During a lunar eclipse, the moon, Earth, and sun all line up. The Earth is in the middle, making the planet cast a shadow over the moon. This gives the moon a reddish coloring. Another
Sexy, like I said.
another nickname is the blood moon.
You're going to bathe in that, aren't you?
Lunar out in the des, blood moon in the des.
You're like, no nut? Watch
No nut.
this.
Watch this.
Watch this.
Lunar eclipse will reach its maximum at 4 a.m. Friday, November 19th, just around the time the moon is expected to make its peak. So it's going to time out well.
It's going to be perfect for
The
you.
Beaver Moon gets its name for a few reasons. First, it is traditionally the time of year when beavers begin to prepare for winter, stocking up on food and establishing their shelter.
Used to be. That's what used
It
to
is well now they're all dead.
Yeah,
it's
that's
also the season people trapped beavers to create winter pelts, the almanac explained. November's full moon has also been referred to as the frosty or frost moon and the snow moon, signifying the approach of these colder months.
Before, when things
Work the way that
when we lived by the moons and the tides before New World happened, and we couldn't do that anymore.
yeah, Playboy world, not penthouse world.
Exactly, the world as we knew it, a world of organic, of give and take, of nature and nurture, not a post. Not this new internet world, this meta verse that they tell me about. This where it's all I don't know machine and I don't know man, Jonathan. I don't know anymore. It used to be so simple. What happened?
I think, well,
We used to trust.
that
1974, we trusted. We don't do that anymore. Jonathan, we don't have the luxury to do that anymore. If you trusted somebody, your family would be dead by nightfall.
but that's what they want you to think, right?
Oh, you think that, wait a minute. You know what? The media, the lamestream media, has been making me think I can't trust my neighbor.
The karate teacher.
So I proved him wrong. I left my 13-year-old daughter with the karate teacher. You did,
in his basement
honey.
apartment.
You did what? I want to show the lamestream media what's up. You did not do that. I don't know. I don't know. But can you? I mean, it's nice to think that like you can open a door for someone, and that there's that we can still have a.
Well, that's just common courtesy.
Yeah,
that's
but
not.
They'll
take my kid for.
They'll take your wallet if you do that, because when you're opening it and you're nodding, their partner is like, boom. It's a double man con game. They wait for the door to get opened. You think like, this is so great. I'm doing my good deed. What the fuck?
You did a
And
double.
their partner on a double. They jump
good
on a
deed.
Chrysler Baron and they're driving off with your wallet. I'm telling you, it wouldn't happen in 1974. You could open a door for a stranger.
I definitely think there was more pickpockets back then. No?
Well, yes.
There has to be more of
actual
something.
pickpockets. But
now you have porch pirates.
No, they ran something across your cell phone.
and
like
they just
when you
stole
open
your
it, they
codes.
Yeah, they got
and stuff.
everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it would be like, oh shit, there were pictures of my kids
sleight
and
of
my
hand
social
and-
security card. Now
Yeah.
it's like, oh God. Oh God.
They got my
just
browser
got my,
history and
oh no.
all my Bitcoin and browser
They got all my
history.
Bitcoin. They have the password, and they said if you don't give us $10,000 a month every month for the next 15 years, we'll release your browser history to your mom. You'll do what? You heard us. Oh, you think it's not a big deal? You think like, oh, what? I'm just looking shit up. Who cares who'd see it? Prove it. We have it. We want $10,000 every month for the next 2 years, or your browser history goes viral.
What? You wouldn't do
You
that.
couldn't do that. We've already done it.
My name's
But
Jonathan
I
Larroquette.
trusted you by opening the door for you.
Remember when I opened the door for you? You pickpocket.
Do that to me.
You pickpocketed me. This is Seth Romatelli. My name is Jonathan Larroquette. This was episode 891 of UhhYeahDude.
Amazing.
Thank you to everybody that came to see us in Milwaukee. It was
Amazing.
so nice to be back out in the world, on the road, to see and say hello to so many of you. And it's very nice also to be back here in the apartment. We have some new merchandise going up in time for Christmas. If you'd like to go to UhhYeahDude.com and check that out. But the best thing that you could possibly do in order to support this fine show is, if you can, go to Patreon and pledge $5 a month to Seth and me, excuse me. The show is commercial free and advertising free.
no
we
rules
don't
here.
sell space. And so the only way that we make money from the show is from the listener. We are listener supported. And the best way you can do that is to pledge to the show. By pledging, you also get access to the archived episodes, all the video episodes, discounts on merch, etc. Go to Patreon, pledge. Thank you to everybody who has done so. If you're at the $1 or $3 tier, please consider upping to the $5 tier, as we will be phasing out the $1 and $3 tiers towards the end of this year, beginning of next. Go to the website, tell a friend. 888-842-2357 is the toll-free voicemail. You can find me on Instagram under my name, and also broadcasting on Twitch, although that's been fewer and further between lately. I'll be getting back into that again under my name, Jonathan Larroquette. But that's about it. Come back.
You come back for 892 on
Please.
this gentle journey to 900, and then I guess in February of 2022 we will be at that sweet 16.
It's pretty crazy. We were also supposed to, we were supposed to have a 15-year quinceañera, and that didn't happen. And
The sweet 16 we'll have through cyberspace, through a democratic, open, originally
virtual hang,
like it's supposed to be,
where
where the meat bodies are shed and our avatars come together
and alive.
with inclusivity, with sensual orbs we never dreamt of 16 years ago.
Inclusive orbs.
Why does this packaging have to be like? It doesn't have to be like that.
It shouldn't be like
It
that.
shouldn't be like that. Why is it color coded? Why does it have? It don't have to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to have like,
You know?
it's like,
Come on.
It's all good.
It's dog. It's all gravy. What is that? What's on your shirt? Is it gravy?
That's Mama's gravy.
That's Mama's gravy. We're estranged. Thank you so much. Come back for $8.92. Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.